Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gemini and this engine. I've sent out the link to a few people to see if they wanted to join me tonight. As you can see by the title, issues with a comment. Yeah. This morning we were talking about uh, me ordering, the oils I need to put in my dad's vendor fair booth here at the little vendor fair, flea market, whatever you want to call it here in town. Well, I told him that I wanted to. We have our monthly promos with Gimlet, and they, you spend so much and you get certain oils each month. Well, one of the oils I've been wanting, if you spend 190, is one of the free oils. Yeah. Um, I I'll end up getting a bottle of peppermint, a bottle of the cinnamon bark, which is the oil that I really wanted, and a bottle of Roman chamomile. But he was bitching about it this morning, and he said, "I can't get you to kiss me or hug me, but you're wanting to, spend, um, you know, my money." That's basically what he said. Uh, so, what am I, a fucking prostitute? You expect me to give you that just so I can buy the things that I need for this business that, whenever I started to do it, um, you were all for it. Yeah, you get a booth there at Finders Keepers and start selling it there. He was all gung ho for me to do it, but now that it's coming time to spend a little bit of the money to put the stuff out there, he's throwing everything else in my face. He was bitching and griping all day about everything to the kids, and he's just in one of his moods. And I am honestly, this sounds bad, but I was waiting to order the oil before I say anything. And so we'll see how the next couple of days goes, because I'm ready to say something to him because it's getting ridiculous. I have been on a serious cleaning, decluttering, purging kick the past couple of days. I've been working in my. No, I don't want. Yeah, this is. It's crooked and it's bugging. I'm sorry. Yeah, those seem a little trivial, but yeah, I've been cleaning on my room, throwing out clothes that I don't wear. It's just, I don't know if I'm picking up on my friend's, neat freak tendencies, you know, whatever it is, because he really likes things, clean, proper. That's just how he is. I've got music playing in the background and I look up and it's 1,000 years playing. Okay. But I have been seriously cleaning on this house from the time I wake up till I finally sat down here recently and took a break. Um, there's something else in that post. Oh, yes. And I think another thing that's, I don't think I've really covered this. I spoke to a medium last week, and she was channeling my papa, and he was, saying it's time. But she also gave me some. She's a medical intuitive as well. Gave me some recommendations for some vitamins and supplements to take, and one of them I had never actually heard of. It's the ashwagandha root, and it helps with um, anxiety and things like that. And then the B12 is another one that she suggested I take. There was a one or two others. I can't remember offhand what they were. I haven't been able to find those yet because I have a feeling I'm going to have to go to GNC or somewhere to find those because they're a little bit more, specific type things. But I have to say I've been taking the the B12, the ashwagandha, and I've started taking my vitamin E again for my nails for about a week now. And I think that could be part of where my energy and everything's coming from, because for a long time I didn't want to do anything. It's not just to do with Lynn. It's just me. It's how I've been, and so I've started taking those, and I honestly do feel a lot better. And I checked in with her today, and I told her, I said I actually found the ashwagandha and the B12 at Walmart, and I've started taking it, and I can um, feel a big difference in that. Um, but no, that's completely. Oop. Oh yes, thank you. uh, Earlier today, my Young Living sponsor, the one that's right above me, um, she sent me the link to this YouTube video, and once this is processed later, I'll put the link to it as well, so y'all can watch it. It's talking about the myth of nicotine withdrawal. It's really interesting. I'm gonna have to watch it again because I don't remember a lot of the particulars, but it there is a correlation between nicotine and caffeine. Um, they the nicotine makes you burn the caffeine a lot quicker. So if you're a smoker like me, if you stop and think about it, you notice how much more caffeine that you need. It deals with your blood sugar levels, your blood pressure, things like that. And like I said, I'm going to watch it again and get a little bit better grasp on it. But I'm going to put it, once this processes later, I'm going to put the link to it in the down bar, because I actually found it really interesting. Because as I was watching it, I wasn't just thinking about me. I was thinking the karmic uses smokeless tobacco. Well, he's always had issues with what he thought was hypoglycemia, which is blood sugar bottoming out. He has had blood tests, blood work done, and everything. No, there's nothing wrong with his blood sugar levels, really. So it's got me thinking that the nicotine thing is, part of the reason why he does that. And I actually sent him the video as well. I said, you need to watch this. If he does, I don't know, because I mean his nicotine consumption is through the roof. I mean he goes through several, 2 to 3 cans um, a day at least of smokeless tobacco. But uh, I just, it's one of those things that I've been talking about for several months. I do want to quit, and part of that, my twin made a comment about it a while back, because I was picking on him about him biting his nails, and it's a stress issue for him. He gets stressed and he'll start biting his nails. And he said, um, I saw his hands one day, and I said, I see you're still biting your nails. I said, you didn't stop. He said, well, have you quit smoking? And I did a video a while back. You quit, I quit, and I kind of fell back on that one. I am really going to start working on that soon. Like I said, I'm waiting for my cinnamon bark oil to get here next week. I'm going to make what these things are what's called quick sticks, and you mix black pepper oil, the cinnamon bark oil, and a carrier oil, which most of the articles I've read suggest coconut oil. You mix all of these together in an airtight container, and you put the toothpicks in this container, and the toothpicks soak up the oils and everything. And when you feel the urge to smoke, you take them out and then you want it. And in a way, it almost reminds me of, I don't know how many of y'all that are old enough to really remember these. When I was little, they used to have these toothpicks that were coated in cinnamon, kind of like the red hot cinnamon, not in. We used to get them when we chew, and I would chew them to where they were just little bitty slivers of wood, and so that's honestly what it's reminding me of. I haven't made them yet, but um, once I get the cinnamon bark in, I'm going to make those up, and as I start using them, I'll talk about it on here, and if it works for me, then if you'd like more information, you're more than welcome to contact me on my Instagram, which is it's the same name as this, and I can walk you through on how to make them and how to use them. But like I said, I haven't started using them yet, but I've heard fairly decent reviews on it. There's another oil that my young living sponsor told me that because she's trying to quit as well, that works really well. It's the Idaho Blue Spruce, which I don't have that one yet because that one's one of the ones that when it's in stock, it's a really popular oil and it sells out fairly quickly. Um, so I probably should have ordered it this month because I noticed it was in stock, but I didn't. I was trying to focus on getting the things for the booth. I did buy a few oils for me, of course I didn't take that, but so it's a lot of different things going on right now, and kids will be going back to school Monday, hopefully, because they're getting fancy being at home so much that they're starting to annoy each other. They're starting to annoy me, and bless their hearts, all of them have, but they have a lot of pent up energy that they need to get rid of some way, which I canceled basketball practice for the morning, so that takes away my 13-year-old way to get rid of his energy. So I think we may, weather depending, go find something to do tomorrow, whether the karmic goes or not. So we will start. I am going to do my typical reading tonight. Messages from both twins and messages from spirit. Um, I am going to use one of these for I still have yet to get the gods or the goddesses and sirens deck to go with this. So I will go back to my divine feminine oracle for that. And which nice. Okay. Let's fear. What are you first? A little bit. Let's see. And just to be clear, you won't move. I don't know if you can hear it because I've got it turned down to I think 2 on my TV. Um, any of the music that comes up here, I don't own it. I've got my Spotify playing on my TV, back behind the camera, just for a little bit of noise for me, I should say. 10-10. And what do we have on the clock? 1, 3, 4, 5. It's not this. Oh, shoot. Diana, Wonder Woman. Okay, which deck do we want to use? No, we just, since it is messages from spirit, we will use the messages from your angels for that aspect. Okay. All right. Mm, yeah, I just find doing it online is so much easier. It takes less time to upload it than recording a video than having to, upload it, waiting for it to process. This way it goes through faster, but what my son's doing here. StreamYard only allows so many free hours a month, so I've got to be careful with that for now because I can't pay for extra at the moment. And I will soon be able to do what I want without having someone question what I'm doing with money. Because last it was earlier this week. I went to Walmart, picked up a few things, and my 17-year-old was wanting to get a couple other things for his girlfriend for Christmas. So, I spent a little less than $100. And of course, Farmer's Kitchen and Garden, and I told him everything that I bought, with the exception of one thing. I didn't tell him about the ring light that I bought, which it was only $5 anyway. So, but he kept saying, "Well, um, that doesn't add up to." I was like, I said, "Look," I said, "Our son was there with me." I said, "If you don't believe what I bought, ask him." He sit there and bitch and gripe at me about money, but you know, whenever I try to say no, we don't need to do that, you get shitty. Like he was bitching at me this morning, about about the money for my loans because we do have a truck payment that we need to pay. But he was bitching at me about that, and um, turn around next thing you know, he's talking about going out to eat, and I was just sitting there, bit my tongue because I knew that I said anything, it was going to be a shit show, bitch fest until he left for work. But he finally ended up settling and just getting something from the store from Walmart to eat and then take stuff to work. So, but yeah, he wants to bitch at me about money when it suits him, but he wants to do this that kind of thing. So it's the financial manipulation is it's a real thing, guys. It really, really is. So learn it, learn to recognize it and don't fuck with it. Um, I still haven't heard from my twin since it was the day before Christmas Eve. The last time I heard, but I know why. He's he's off work right now. Karmic's straight up his ass. I don't know if she is, and you know, she's being very manipulative and controlling and watching everything he does again. And I feel it. I know what's going on, and I understand it. I've known what was what since basically since we first started. I know about his living situation, everything, so I understand what he's treachery on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, she's being um so I understand it. Yes, I miss him. I really do. But I understand and it helps so much when you come from a space of understanding, okay, this is what's going on. It's not, it's not that he doesn't care, not that he doesn't love me, but he is trying to protect his children, which, you know, I don't blame him. I have flat out told him I will not be responsible for, you losing your kids. I won't. I would be upset if, he did that to me. I would be upset if anybody did that. So I will not do that to him. Whoa, really to me. So we patience, trust, just that inner knowing that um that things are going to work out the way they're supposed to. Flip that card over, and then I hear Demi Lovato say, "This is my ground." It was a message from Spirit that says, "Stand your ground." Let's see. Is there any other? I have my 700 and something songs on my Spotify saved list, and it's just on random. It's like I was telling Melissa the other night that my playlist is looks like it's schizophrenic because it'll go from Demi Lovato to Miranda Lambert. And, it bounces around from every genre. I am not picky about music. If I like it, I'll listen to it. Mhm. Now I do have an issue with um uh the stuff where they're screaming and I can't if I can't understand the lyrics, um generally won't listen to it because the lyrics um are a big part of the music to me. It speaks to you. You know, it just I like the lyrics. Okay, what do we got updates on my actual that would explain why that's working very well. So, oh my goodness, why does it happen? Wire not there. Somebody come in looking for me. I tried to make it through the reading before I. But yeah, hello, had 5 kids. I smoked. That was another thing that they mentioned that the, the correlation between nicotine and caffeine and being dehydrated, it affects your bladder. So, so the very first card we had for the masculine is the the Apuch. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. Fear, and this almost plays into what I was just talking about um, with my own twin. He has this, this fear of losing his voice, you know, um, and I understand that. The masculines have that. A lot of it is a fear of losing something that they think they need. Now, I'm not saying that my masculine doesn't need his voice. That's don't get me wrong on that. I know he needs his children. They mean the world to him. I mean, whose kids don't? Well, unless you're a narcissistic asshole, that you know, it is. But they there's something. Ophelia's watching Outlander, and this show is so addictive. I tried to warn her, but they do have these fears that are coming up, but they are, they're facing them, because we have the Page of Wands, which is good news, work related. Thank you. Um, or an active, cheerful child. So if the karmics do have children, their children are happy right now, and they are fearful of rocking that boat and causing issues with their children. So they're being a little hesitant. uh, Leave me alone. What you doing now? Just don't even want to. But they do have good news. Concerning their jobs. A lot of them. When I said that, I heard travel close by. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into that one a whole lot. But and then I pick up the Oracle of Unicorns card, which says possibility. It says raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential, which the masculines are reminding us that we can do whatever we set our minds to. Um, I'm hearing yes, you can quit smoking. That's and I want to. I am tired of I love to sing. I'm not the greatest at it, but my lung capacity is not near what it used to, and it's because of the smoking. And so I want to quit that, and that our twins are telling us, whatever you set your mind to, you can do it. Different decks, we have a little mirroring going on, and I will show you in a second. And then we have um, from the masculine, the star, hope. So they are working through these fears, and they have the hope that they will be, coming to you as soon as they can, in divine timing. Uh, they're working on it, and they're keeping that hope, and they're asking us to keep that hope, and knowing that we are supposed to be. We also have the Shield Maiden, which is make plans and focus. So they're they're focusing really hard and making plans to come towards the feminine in one way or another. Whether it's just through the communication through contact with social media, phone calls, things like that, or whether it's physically coming you know to the feminine for those that may be living far apart. they're making the plans, and but they're asking us not to, really ask questions because don't spoil surprise parties, things like that. Don't do that. I river and the highway, Pam Tillis, lovely. Um, I don't know if y'all can hear him in there, but that's my 17-year-old, and they're playing some video game. I don't know what he's doing, but bless his heart. And then from the feminine, where did I put? We have Diana. That's why I was saying Wonder Woman a while ago. Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the natural world is the frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Speak love and you become. It's. I'm not saying you can't always be all positive, rainbows and unicorns. You're going to have, Jesus Christ, please, you're going to have times where you're going to be, you don't want to deal with anybody. You don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to be left. And some people don't understand that. But yeah, worshipped in ancient Rome, religion originated in Italy, daughter of Jupiter and Latona, born on the island of Delos with her twin brother Apollo. Wonder Woman. Okay, what do we? It says sometimes the answer is simple. Elemental need to just walk barefoot in the grass, or better the mud. I love walking in the mud. It is just I always have. It's just kind of cold right now to do that, but that is what I love. When it rains and we have the little mud puddles out there, and you are just walking out there and just my toes. I'm So sometimes we get so caught up in what's happening or what isn't happening that we forget to just be. Um, that just the feminine. A lot of us are so focused on, my twin, my twin, my twin. You forget to be yourself. And a lot of the masculines are so focused on, their work, their work, their work. And who are you outside of work? But this is where the feminine is right now. She is trying to focus on herself, do things that benefit her and raise her vibration. Um, Diana is associated with fertility, the phase of the moon, and the ability to communicate with animals telepathically, apparently. Of course, not with any human. Of course, not with any human language, but the frequency of love and intention which animals perceive. If we open ourselves up to it, we can connect to the wisdom of the natural world, even if we live far from it. So it's the natural world. Get out in nature, the grounding. That's where the feminines are really longing to do right now. And if you're in the northern hemisphere right now, it's winter time here. It's kind of hard to do that. It's cold outside. You can go out there for maybe 5 minutes. And next thing you know, your feet are freezing. But no, you're not. Yeah, you are, but I still do. Hard to love. Um, and then we'll go into the messages that the feminine wants to tell the masculines. We have the need for a card, justice, the need for balance in mind and legal matters. A lot of the feminines are going to be dealing, if they aren't already dealing with legal battles. Um, but we are still reminding the masculines to, find that balance between the work and the play. And this seems like a broken record because I say it a lot, but I see it a lot. And So many of the masculines are so focused on, getting those pinnacles, working, 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 and they forget about who they are outside of the job. But the feminines are going to keep saying it and keep saying it until the masculines get it through their heads to slow down and have a little fun. But the legal issues, it could be, custody issues, divorce, separation. There's, many different aspects of the legal part of that feminines could be dealing with. Mine will be, separation and eventually divorce. Um, and then, Knight of Swords, anxiety. I have been extremely anxious lately because of this, because I know, and I've heard it from multiple people. It's time. It's time. It's time. Think you're just spinning your wheels. It's time to shove the 2x4 up between the, up underneath those tires and get out of that mud, because you're not going anywhere right now. So, and then this is where I was saying that we have some mirroring different decks, different cards. From the feminine, we have the hope card. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. You know, the feminines are saying, it's been hard. We've had, rough, bumpy roads, but we're getting there. Everything is going to work out the way it was meant to, the way we contracted it to before we came here. And then we have the Knight, the Templar Knight, and the red roses and everything behind it. It says be brave and honest. The feminines are wanting the masculines to actually be, really honest with themselves on what they want. Be honest, through their heart, not their ego. No, not what, society says that they should do. What do they want? Where do they want to be in life? Be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself, then you're lying to everybody. So it's just, and then we go into the messages from spirit. Difference. We have Oceana. This is, yeah. It says take action. You are in touch with your truth in this situation. I'm sitting there talking about being honest, brave and honest, and you're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So I lovingly, lovingly go fuck yourself, karmic. Yeah. But then we have, and I love when this card comes out, the Four of Wands. We all know what that is, the twin flame card, and stability, marriage plans. So, and then we have completion. It's coming. Completion. Freedom. It's time. It's time. It's time. There is something holding you back, and it is a self-imposed enslavement. The cuffs are made of paper. Just rip them apart. It's time to break free. And then, the stand your ground I was talking about earlier, as, Demi Lovato was talking. No, it's probably from that cleaner I was using. When I get to switch over to my natural foods cleaners, because it's just so much better. But, stand your ground when it's time to break those cuts off. Don't backpedal and, play into the karmics, bullshit. Oh, I'll change. I'm not that. I'm sorry. Nope, not happening. I've heard those words too many times out of your mouth to where they mean jack shit anymore. It's just nothing you can say anymore is going to change your mind. So, stand firm. Whatever your decision is, don't let somebody else sway you. Trust your gut and know that things are going to work out. Things are going to come to completion, um, like the cards are saying, the contracted completion that you set out for in the beginning. Um, yeah, it's starting me up for the ball. He bought a salad at Walmart earlier that was discounted. He's complaining now. Salad had a lot of brown lettuce in it. Well, why do you think it was on clearance? So, but just be honest with yourself on what you want. Be honest with others, but do not let them gaslight you into thinking that things are ever going to be needed. You can sit there. I've dealt with this for a long time. I won't ever do that again. And like I said, he knelt in front of me. Oh, shut up. On the floor, on his knees, in front of me when I was sitting at the computer desk last year in September of 2010, crying his eyes out. I'm sorry, I won't ever do that again. Please forgive me. And I've actually stayed longer than I should have because I told him that night, fine, if you ever put your hands on me like that again, and that's it. I'm not putting up with it. And I guess he didn't think I was serious about it. And he's still getting irritated because like I said, he is very irritated. Quite honestly, I don't give a fuck. I'm not changing my mind. I'm not giving in. I am going to hold my ground this time. And I'm going to find the happiness that I should have found a long time. I guess I know Ophelia's watching. She's addicted to Outlander. And I tried to warn her before she started watching. It was like that show is just extremely addictive, and it is if you haven't watched it, it is a definitely a twin flame series show. It's on Stars. Well, it originated on Stars, I should say. You can catch the first 3 seasons on Netflix, I think. They're fixing to air the 5th season in February on Stars. But so if you want to watch, binge watch the entire series and get caught up before they air the newest season on Star, next month, you really need to get Stars out because, and I highly recommend this because I found this show. Actually, the comic is the reason I found it. He started watching it one night and he fell asleep, and I started watching. The next thing I know, I looked up and I'd already watched 4 episodes. Um, took a break to pop in. I was actually just talking about that show, but I love the show for more than one reason now because listening to Jamie talk, my twin has a hint of Scottish accent because he learned English in Scotland. So whenever he speaks, you can hear a little bit of it in there, and I love it. And I've always wanted to go to Scotland anyways. Pull a card for you. Well, why in the hell would I want to do that? I have. Oh, I didn't tell you. I bought a used deck. This is the first time I've ever done that. But my messages from your angels deck it was used, but I saged the crap out of it um, when I first got it. So it's clear. I've been doing everything you want to. Can't like I get this kind of crazy. They drive me with the shades of crazy. Okay, well, you got two. uh, yeah, I am. Thank you for noticing. But we have, you got this one the other night with Rachel. The Uriel card. It says your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to a greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. No, this is a deck that I bought used at Finders Keepers the other day. It's the messages from your angels. It's, yeah, it's an old deck, but it's still in really good shape. I mean, the box itself is kind of beat up, but the cards, the edges of them aren't messed up. And then we have Grace and Antoinette. It says to heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. I was talking about this earlier about how that is what has kept me sane throughout this, because I know and I understand what, my twin is dealing with. So I'm a little bit more, okay, honey, a little bit more, you know, lenient on certain things that a lot of people wouldn't be, because I'm not going to, be responsible for him losing his kids. But um, and as a Gemini, I do tend to see both sides of the story. But and you have Gemini in your chart as well, but it's, you know try to see things from his perspective, understand what he's dealing with right now. Reread this one. It says to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. Just understand. I mean, the karmic on that end. You know what she's like. So if you get to that point of understanding the crap that he's dealing with, it's going to make things a little bit easier for you. You're not going to be stressed out as much when he's not acting the exact way that you think he should. I know you're getting a lot better with it. I'm really proud of you. Uh, he needs to stop being stubborn. He's got a penis, doesn't he? That's that's stereotyping, I know, but yes, they are very stubborn. Yeah, look up and tú eres mi verdad. It's a Spanish song. Thank you, dearest. Um, but yeah, they're stubborn is an understatement. But they're Libras, and they want that balance, and they will really almost do anything to try to maintain it. And it's really irritating. I'm so worried he's still not told me what is wrong. Well, just relax. When he's ready to tell you, he'll tell you. And I told you that last night. I didn't believe in whenever I read the text that, had nothing to worry about. I felt that. But it's like, worrying's like praying for bad things to happen. If you can't fix it, why worry about it? There's nothing, whatever he's going through right now, there's nothing really you can do for him, given the distance. There's nothing you can do but hold that space for him and be available when he finally wants to come to you and tell you, this is what happened, this is what's going on. There's no point in you sitting there worrying and making yourself sick over it. Just know that when he's ready, he will tell you. Yeah. Omega. Victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. And we did have the completion card come up a while ago. You need to go back and watch the reading. I don't remember everything that had come up, but we had the mirroring of the hope cards because I had the hope come up from my beautiful creatures deck, and then from in the masculine, and then the hope from the unicorn oracle come up in the feminine. And then of course we had and the messages from spirit. We had the Four of Wands and completion. I do remember that. Something is I know. I know. That's like I almost said his name. He is stressed right now and too much time with karmics will do that. I never realized that this was a Willie Nelson song. The first time I really heard it. It's a scientist. It's from the 50 Shades Darker movie. Yeah, the scientist. I never realized that it was a Willie Nelson song until I heard it somewhere a couple weeks ago. Wait a minute, that's from the 50 Shades movies. I've been grinding my teeth. Hey, stop it. Nobody said it was easy. It was such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this time. Lord, I hope you cannot hear him in there because he sounds like a raving lunatic. Oh, I have been compulsively cleaning. Karmic messaged me a while ago. What you doing? I'm sitting on the video. I said, cleaning. Almost done? No. I've got about half the room done. But quite honestly, this side over here, I'm probably not going to touch. I know there's some stuff over in this little corner by the TV I'm going to work on, but all this shit that's right over here, I don't know if you saw it when I had my camera set up over there earlier. All that shit over there is his. I'm not dealing with that. He can clean that shit himself. He wants it cleaned up. I'm not his mother. I'm not his maid. So do not be his wife. uh, I haven't been able to sit. Oh wow, you can really see the red in my hair like that. I haven't really been able to sit still. I'll wake up, especially when he's here. I'll wake up and I can't sit still. So I've been purging, decluttering, all that good shit. And sit there and say, no, I'm not gonna be able to just check. I guess Melissa's still out with. So I didn't even check to see if. Oh, probably hope I don't get sick. I don't know. I can only hope. Far away. Thank you, baby. This time, this place, next you, next too late. Who was I to make you wait? Just one chance, just one breath, just in case there's just one left. 'Cause you know, you know, I love you. I love you all along. And I miss you. Far away for far too long. I actually sang that part to him one night. You know, been far away for far too long. He thought it was so sweet. So thank you, babe. It's been too long. Burn his shit if he won't pick up after himself. I did the stuff he learned quick. I said, I am not your mother, nor me. Yeah, it's like I said the other night. I don't know if it was you or Melissa I was telling. He's constantly bitching that all of his work socks have disappeared, and he'll go buy more. And I'm bad about not paying. But I found so many pairs of socks underneath the fucking bed yesterday. I wanted to scream. Yeah. Well, you know how long it. You'll be with me and you'll never go. Stop breathing. Don't see you anymore. I'm actually getting a little. Let's see. Was there anything else we should have pulled? Okay. We'll do a crystal grid card to end the reading tonight. That deep. I need to hear you say. Yes, I do. I want to hear it from yours. And we have two solutions and channel 17 and 27. Oh, no, I'll do that one. Channel is Black Phantom Quartz, which is channeling, transmitting, and grounding. We were talking about grounding with the Divine Feminine Diana card a while ago about sticking your feet in the mud. It is time for you to be very clear on what you wish to manifest. I don't think I can be much clearer. When you decide on what you want, draw on the energy of this crystal. The trans channeling black phantom quartz will amplify what you need to transmit. A wise person will not only accept what is given to them, but they will also act on it. It is one thing to ask and receive, but the power of this gift ultimately resides in what you do with it. There was more to it, but that was just what was sticking out to me. Okie dokie. And then the solutions card was hypersynthetic. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Spectralite is another name for it. Quartz and yellow. Here we have solutions and discovery, a grid resembling a medicine wheel, which is based on the four directions which many cultures around the world use. Each direction is mediated, journeyed upon, or meditated, and journeyed upon, depending on what you are in need of answers to. Spectral light will illuminate the way for you, while also being an anchor to the earth. Remember, there are always many directions you can take in life, and each will have its own lessons. Spectral light is a very calming and grounding stone that also illuminates the way forward. One must always make decisions in this manner, being calm and grounded. You may wish to place the card in a specific direction of the medicine wheel and meditate on it to gain insight. Hmm. So that's basically calling for you to meditate to find the solutions to whatever questions, whatever you decided to watch this video for. Um, so I hope this helped. Like I said before, I am experience based, so I tend to talk about what's going on with me in relation to, what's coming out in the cards, but take it as it resonates for you in your own situation. If it resonates, if it doesn't resonate with you, don't force it. There's readers out there that you will resonate with, and there's readers out there that you won't, and it will change depending on what you're going through. And there's Melissa. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was actually fixing to end it because Ophelia went back to watching Outlander, and I think I about got everything out. Unless you want, well, if he's there, you probably can anyway. Um, but if you want to get on video message whenever I end this, we can. Like I said, I think everything's okay. Um, but if you want to do video chat, like I said, Ophelia went back to watching Outlander because she's hopelessly addicted to it now, and I tried to warn her. Um, but yeah, if this resonated with you, take it. If it didn't, don't force something to fit that's not meant for you. Like I said, there's readers out there that you will resonate with, and it will change depending on your situation. Some of you may resonate with me right now because of, there's things that I'm going through personally that you're going through as well. So we're going to 700 and something songs, and within the past three songs, two Spanish songs. I know you're here, babe. But yeah. Uh, okay. Um, to those that are watching the replay, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.